Hello. Thank you very much for the invitation from Qatar, then the team, and also Fumi-san. Thank you for inviting me to visit this very beautiful office. I think for me, I'm very honored to be supporting you in the upcoming global Japan HR conference. Right? I'm very much looking forward. Okay. I know that this is the second year of the conference, right? As an HR professional, I'm very curious, what makes you want to do the first conference last year in the first place? What is the objective behind, or what is the thoughts behind get this conference kick off?
So, theme of my global HR conference in Japan is HR connecting Japan to the world. As you may know, Japan society is a little bit closed, especially the HR space. You cannot see much of information from Japan, right? So I really want to open up an HR community in Japan to the rest of the world and really connect, engage each other, and then exchange the ideas or best practices. And basically, the bottom line is make a good friends through common area of HR profession.
Understand. That's a very good intention. By the way, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Wai Hong. I come from Malaysia. I think like Fumi-san also, I'm quite long time in the HR community. So it's about 17 years. So I did a lot of consulting and also working with many companies to do the HR transformation. And myself currently also is a senior management for one listed company in Malaysia doing property development. Yeah, I think what Fumi-san mentioned about the connecting the world, that is important because in Malaysia, we also have our own HR practice. I mean, if you bring further, it's a corporate culture, right? I think many people may know Japan have a very unique corporate culture, right? So especially, for example, like you hire people, you may hire for life, from your graduation until you retire. But I think recent also have a lot of changes in the young community. So they start to have a different approach. Like in Malaysia, we are doing something like we focus on professional, which means we do HR, but we change company. Every 3-4 years we change company. Yeah, so I think it's more to want to have more exposure and also more learning. So back to your thoughts, right? So this year, because we are trying to bring some international delegates to the conference. So we hope to learn from you. Okay. What would you be expecting from the international delegate to bring over to you to make your conference more meaningful, or more vibrant? Any expectation from you to the international delegate?
For international delegates, actually in Japan, because we are like a Japanese-dominated language, right? Not many people are very fluent in English, although they, have a good education in English. They can read and write very well, but vocally, a little bit problems, right? By saying that HR information available in Japan, translated in Japanese, is a little bit, doesn't show reality much. Right? Somebody sees some articles in, let's say, Malaysia, translated in Japanese with their own interpretation, and turn out to be slightly or sometimes quite different from what really Malaysian HR is. So I always believe if you want to learn something, go to the expert directly and ask directly, not go by somebody's interpretation or trim the information. So that's a very contribution I expect from international delegates to explain to Japanese HR professionals and management what really Malaysian HR is doing and trying to achieve in coming years. So real voice exchange. Also from Japan side, same thing. Maybe some Japanese information is not really updated or correct. So there's vice versa effort to really communicate and exchange true stories behind our profession.
We have always admired by the Japanese culture that hardworking, number one. Number two, loyalty. And that two things is very important. I think also from our side, Malaysia and Southeast Asia, I could say a bit of lacking, because when people talk about loyalty, which means long stay, people talk about hardworking, which means work extra. But I think the definition nowadays is a little bit changing. So I hope to learn from you more when it comes to conference with that part as well, how to get the good culture of this hardworking and loyalty from Japan to our home country.
Yeah, that's a good initiative. And actually, this year's theme of the conference is HR philosophy.
Yes.
And everything starts from HR philosophy, not methodology or metrics, or the DX, the philosophy. So our work ethic philosophy really coming from, for instance, Buddhism. So I invite one of the distinguished Buddhist leader to make a speech about life, philosophy of Japan, so that we can relearn what where we are coming from, and also you guys can learn what fundamental of Japanese philosophy is, and start from there, like an entrepreneur, like female entrepreneur in Japan, make a keynote speech to tell you how her journey was, and management philosophy, and the people management, etc. And all these people have real tangible experience or expertise in that HR philosophy area will give you a real story.
I think last part I would like to check with you is also regarding the team, because I read from your introduction, right? You're talking about AI versus HI. So I'm sure AI is something that's artificial intelligence, and also now we are looking at human intelligence. So how do you see the whole conference can bring these two together? And because we know AI now, many tools you're using, right?
Yeah.
ChatGPT, Google Gemini.
Yeah.
As I shared earlier with you, searching information become easy. Work reduce a lot of time.
Yep.
Help us productivity. Which means we have more time to think about human, right? So any advice from you, for the company, especially the company who would like to work with Japanese company, what should they prioritize in knowing how you guys work, so that we can work well with you? Because why I ask this question, because I found that through my years of interaction with Japanese, sometimes if we don't know maybe I would say do and don'ts, it may not be a good chemistry. So any advice from you, if we were to work with cross-nation, Malaysia to Japan, Philippines to Japan, what would you suggest to take?
For a Japanese company, based on zero defects, like perfectionism, is the baseline, right? So that's good. That's why Japanese companies produce a lot of high quality services or products throughout the world. But the flip side of it is they are very slow or stubborn until they make sure this is perfect, something's perfect. So they only say it or act it or share it with you once they confirmed everything is perfect.
Understandable.
So they expect the same from you. If you work for a Japanese company, zero defect, make sure what you do or what you say is very accurate, correct, immaculate, whatever. So that's the baseline. And I'm working with a global, environment. They have always like threshold. This is default. Okay, just do it quickly. And give us a product, we'll provide service. But in Japan, no. So that's a very difference, right? I used to be a CFO, so let's say gather invoices from all over the world, maybe 10 different currencies, and convert it into US dollars, and Japanese, right? So they check the evidence, Japanese clients check the evidence, and then after comma 00, they add up. And if the first number is different, they call me and say, hey, you guys make mistakes.
Small number. Oh my god. in the one Japanese word, kawaii.
So that's the level they are expecting because evidence is the evidence. And based on the evidence, 1 yen different, like 1 cent different, they ask you to correct it.
That's the expectation.
Yeah, that's the standard of Japanese business,
I
right?
see.
That's why like a very fast, innovative environment in a couple of decades, we are a little bit behind, right? Fall behind, because they always make sure everything is perfect before going to market. But other competitors risk it a lot. Just produce it and quickly, occupy the market with a new products or innovation. They after they just, keep amending, updating it, right? So always they have tolerant level for default.
And from my point of view, even in Malaysia, we accept default. When we send the product out or send the service out, even our client, they expect we will make mistakes.
Yes.
So, but the objective is to get things run quickly for both sides. So I think this also, what you say is really correct. In my past dealing with the Japanese clients or counterparts, right? I think that's the part where they need to confirm, and confirm. Like training, before they go out, they have to confirm multiple times. So that part, if work with the cross country, I think is a bit challenging.
Yeah, big challenge. Japan side always also a little bit numbed down, right? The perfection is not really a reality anymore, right? Then the other side also, expectation level a little bit higher than when you deal with a Japanese company.
Correct.
So maybe SLA kind of thing is very important, right? To meet in a mutual ground, not expecting this or that, or always like.
Yeah, so hopefully with the team of AI come in to help us, not so perfectionist, to give something more close to the expectation. And from the human side, we can understand more. I think that will be something we hope to achieve. That's a great sharing.
Yeah, and also my message is even like AI coming in or data analysis, more data analysis, people analysis skills coming in HR field. HR should not be run by data. Data shouldn't drive HR. It's always human-centric. Is the key. Then data supports process, not vice versa. Because once people start understanding well about numbers, analysis, they rely too much on data.
Yeah.
But HR is not a data business. So human-centric is also very important. That's both will going together.
That's why I'm very looking forward for the sharing from this leader to talk about the human intelligence or human insight. So it also helps us to understand why we work. It's not about just for the matter, but more to human by themselves.
Yeah, why we live.
Why we live, right? A more bigger picture behind.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much for sharing. Happy to hear that. So I think I have no more questions for now. Yeah, it's a great one. So I'm really looking forward for the upcoming conference. And also for whoever is interested in joining our conversation in the 6th November until 8th November in Japan, Tokyo, please feel free to approach us through our website. Fumi-san have the dedicated website for the Global Japan HR Conference, the second round. Please come to register. Leave in the comment. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are looking forward to seeing you in Tokyo. And also for international delegates, we have a special tour in this beautiful Carlton marketing firm office located at the center of Tokyo. And you can have a 360-degree view of a central Tokyo, Tokyo Tower, and everything. So Imperial Palace, everything you can see from this office, 36th floor. So that's a very special package for international delegates.
And most importantly, Fumi-san and also the senior person here will share with you in actual how the Japanese culture works and how they manage human resource in the Japanese philosophy. So looking forward for that.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.
みんな来てね。